Yeah. Thank you all for tuning into ICICIdirect webinar today. We will be discussing about execution algos, the types of algos we are offering, their use cases, and how to place orders for these particular algorithms. We have with us Mr. Saurabh Sultania. He's Vice President Equity Product Group at ICICI Securities. He takes care of equity and derivatives products here. He has more than 18 years of experience. He will give us a walkthrough of these execution algos and would be giving us some great use cases for these. Over to you, Saurabh.
Okay, thank you for having me here, and I want to thank all of you for joining this session. I would say first of all that we are pretty excited with launching retail algorithms for retail customers, and this is something which kind of has been something which is available to more savvier institutional desks. And we had kind of been working over the last many months to get this algorithms available to retail customers. And just to give you a flavor, these are simple, very simple algos. And I mean, just to give you, and just for people who are new, and these are simply, very layman words put, just ways of putting orders. And ways of automating what traders or investors manually do. That's all. This is not doing any price discovery, or this is not trying to catch a price trend in the market. This is simply executing an order, which, all of us, when we're buying stocks, when we're trading in options or doing intraday, are trying to get the best price for ourselves. So the intention of these algos is only to help in better execution prices for our customers, and that's something which is very important, as we realize that price slippage is very, very important, when we trade. And I'm going to kind of talk about some use cases, and then kind of show you the journey and how does it, how do you experience that on the platform. But again, the use cases are very, very simple to more complex, and amongst the simpler use cases are people who are doing jobs, who are busy whole day, not having the ability to kind of track where the market is, and let's say you wanted to buy a stock, you wanted to sell a stock, and the ability for us is that either let's say you want to buy a stock, let's say 50,000 rupees, we have to hit the market with 50,000 rupees and get the execution immediately. What these algos could do is you could slice your orders, you could set simple averaging conditions. Let's say somebody wants to buy let's say Excel technology. I'm just taking an example and in no way a recommendation to the stock. And and you want to buy it when it's falling, right? Let's say trading at 840 rupees, you want to buy it 837, 835, 833, 830, at different price points in the market. If the stock is falling, you keep on accumulating, right? Now, to do this very simple execution, either you be in front of the screen, see when 837 comes in, see when 835 comes in, and execute these trades. With the execution algos that we're offering, you could simply automate it. You could simply put a condition that every 3 rupee fall in the stock, buy 10 shares for me. It could be as simple as this. You could automate a very simple condition like this, and people, let's say, just to give you another use case of people who do options trading or people who do futures. Let's say you want to do 200 Nifty contracts. Now, one of the things is when you trade, the impulse gets on top of us. When we're seeing the price, it's moving in a direction, and there is a lot of impulse which gets into our minds, and we kind of keep on executing trades rapidly. One of the use cases is, let's say, an options trading at, let's say 17,700 call, trading at, let's say, 80 rupees, and you want to have a strategy that and enter at 80, enter again, for 50 quantity you enter at 80, 50 you enter at 75, 50 you enter at 70, so that if the fall is the stock, obviously you believe that will go up, but nobody can time the market. You can set your conditions every 5 rupee, every 3 rupee fall, accumulate the quantity, 50 shares, and what you're getting is, and indeed if your view is right, you get a better price, you accumulate at dips, and and it goes 25, you go to 90, you can exit the position. So from accumulating stocks at price falls to slicing orders, just to give you some of the use cases that I would say amongst the best of the investors in India. Let's say somebody wants to buy a stock worth 1 crore rupees. Somebody wants to buy a stock worth, let's say, 5 crores. Now, nobody wants to hit the market with an order of 5 crores, because if you hit the market with 5 crores orders, everybody sees that there is a big transaction which has happened in the stock, and then the stock you kind of the price kind of gets distorted, disrupted. There are algos with snips that there is a large order. So what people, I would say clients, and this is not just for, I would say for a crore order, it could be 1 lakh rupee of order, it could be a 5 lakh rupees of order, it could be any order. You could slice these orders, and the slicing is time slice, which is as simple as saying that every 5 minutes, and people, I would say, people who go to 5 seconds keep on buying 100 shares from you. So the system in the order book, there is no one big trade which is getting visible. You're slicing the orders and you're sending it to the market whole day, and you could send your times. Let's say buy from 9:15 to 10 a.m. So you want to buy it in the morning, or you want to buy it through the entire day. So all that execution capabilities that the investor needed today gets kind of offered, and we're going to show you a demo of that on the platform. And one of the last use cases, which we will in fact show as well, is the options trading on expiry. And when the premiums are low, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the premiums are even, let's say, 50 point out of the money call put options will trade at, let's say, a rupee or 2.5 rupees, 3 rupees. And you want to accumulate, let's say, a larger quantity, 10,000 contracts, 15,000 contracts. And then there is a freeze limit, because, you can't execute more than, 2,800 Nifty contracts. So you could put up an algo, slicing order saying that buy 2,000 contracts, at every 1 second interval, and within 5 seconds, within 10 seconds, you will have 10,000 contracts, 20,000 contracts accumulated. So different type of use cases, and I'll be kind of happy to give you a demo. It's available on the app at this point of time, and within a week's time or so, it will be available on the website as well on ICICIdirect.com. So we'll show you the app first, and then we'll also show you the web platform as well. So this is what a little deep, but we'll kind of show you the demo, and you will kind of realize. And the last comment, before I put it to Kashish to kind of just run you through the demo, is if you have any questions, please feel free to put up in the chat, and we will take up as best as we can all the questions. So Kashish, could you just put up the screen? Yeah. So I'm going to read the questions, and I'm going to kind of give you the demo. So Kashish, just stay back on the home page. Yeah. So if you see the home page here, we've got the ability to get through algorithms. You see something called tools. So on the ICICIdirect Markets app, so if some of you and we've launched it over the last 1 year. If you don't have an app, the ICICIdirect Markets app, if you're using the earlier app, I would request you to please go to the Google Store and the Play Store and download the Markets app, on your phone. So when you go to the app, you see a section here called Tools. So if you just click on Tools here, you will see Research, you will see Execution Algos, you will see Easy Options. I'm going to right now talk about Execution Algos. And you could click on Execution Algos, and you see Yeah, I mean, let's say, right now there is no algo running. So let's say you want to add an algo, right? So you just click on adding an algo. Yeah. So, there are 3 algos that we've offered here. One is the slicing algo. One is the slicing algos with price band. So, let's say I want to buy, let's say Nazara Technologies between 650 to 655. That's the max price. It's trading at 660, but I want to buy it within a price range. So you could define that here and slice it as well. Averaging, we've spoken about it. So, we kind of come to that. The other way you can access this from the watch list. So Kashish, we just go back to the watch list once. Yeah. So let's say, you got ITC here. I mean, 327, the stock is trading. And let's say you want to start an execution algo on ITC. So just click on ITC once. Yeah. You can see on the code page as well, algorithm. So just click on algorithms. Yeah. So herein you see the slicing, you see the price band, you see the averaging. So let's start with averaging algo. So, very simple algorithm. I mean, very simple to start with. So let's say, the screen loads in. Let's say I want to buy, let's say I want to buy 200 shares of ITC. So, just enter 200 shares. Yeah. And, you want to hit with, let's say, 25 shares every slice, you want to hit with 25 shares. Yeah. And just come down. And there's a time that you want to enter it. Let's say, start time, morning time. And you can define your time as well. So, it picks up, let's say from 9:15, you could do that till 3:30, right? That's like the standard market time. Some of the people want to buy early in the morning, when a lot of trades happen, or people who want to buy it after 3 o'clock when the VWAPs run. You could define your time here, and the algo starts in when you want to start. And you could kind of put your condition. You want to average up, you want to average down. Absolutely, both are very popular ways of trading. So intraday momentum trading is typically when you average up. Investing typically is when you average down. During the day. So let's say you want to average down, and you want to say that every 1 rupee fall, you can decide the price difference, right? Just decide 1 rupee in the average entry price. Yeah. So, and that's it. So what you've done is, in this algo is, you've set a condition that buy 25 shares at every 1 rupee fall. So if ITC goes from 327 to 326, so first we buy 327, that's the first quantity we buy. Next we go and, if it falls by a, rupee, 326, it'll buy another 25 shares. It goes to 325, it'll buy another 25 shares, 324, another 25. So I'm saying, if the stock falls, and there are days when the markets are falling, we don't know what is the bottom, the price can go to. You could simply set up an algo, and whatever price difference, it could be 50 paise, it could be 1 rupee, it could be 2 rupees. That's absolutely upon you. All the parameters that you're filling up yourself, and you accumulate the quantities on this time. It's really, I would say, 8% of our customers use limit price to place orders. That means they're looking to buy a stock and they don't price, and when you're doing that, you typically want to buy at a cheaper price than what's available in the market. And if you could slice your quantities, if you could average out your time during the day, it can help you get better prices for your transactions. So that's a very simple first use case, I want to kind of show you. Kashish, let's go back to the watch list again. And this is intraday delivery, everything is here. Let's just take a classic, simple 17,700 call. You've taken a 15th September call. That's fine. The 7th September call was much cheaper, but that's fine. Or you can just use a slice. Just look up to 17,700 calls as well. Let's just go to the watch list and search for 17,700 calls. Yeah, just go down this for Nifty. Just go down. Yeah, Nifty 8 September. This is good. Yeah. Just stay there. Now so if you look at it, it's taking 84 rupees, and you wanna, as a trader, you wanna accumulate, the 84 rupees 70,700 calls. You can again, and this is from a trading perspective, if you ask me, it's very, very important because it builds the entire discipline in your trading ecosystem. You're not, if we've seen people who want to build, decent positions. 50 is the starting quantity, but they build in 100, they build in 200, they build in 500,000 contracts. The thing is that if you get into the market with 1,000 contracts or 500 contracts, 200 contracts, and then if the stock falls, you have nothing to average, and you nothing to kind of build, take. You just you're just basically waiting for the stock price now to recover. So let's say you can automate this kind of transactions here. So Kashish, just go there to 70,000 calls, and just take a simple case of you go to the algorithms here again, yeah, and go to averaging, yeah, and you want to, let's say, buy 250 quantity, right? So you could put in 250 quantity, and option prices are so volatile, right? I mean, and you could slice it with 50 shares. So averaging quantity is 50. Time, you could decide your time. So and you could, let's say, put 3 rupee fall, right? So every 3 rupee fall, let's say the option price goes to 70 rupees, it kind of gives you, and the weighted average will come down to nearly 77, 78, So what I'm saying is that it gives an excellent entry or an exit strategy. Similarly for exit, you want to sell, you could, use that for selling. So the ability to get discipline in your transactions is something which you get with algorithms. Another use cases which I spoke about, Kashish, we just go back to the watch list. Let's look at options which is trading at, let's say, 2 rupees, 3 rupees, 18,000 call. Let's just look at that. Yeah, Nifty 18,000 call options, or we could, just let's see the price. It's trading at 9 rupees, and we've seen, and we are all people who trading options understand that during expiry, today the Tuesday, Thursday, the price if the market is still, let's say, 17,600, 17,700, the price of the 18,000 call will become to 2 rupees or 1 rupee. So let's say accumulate a larger quantity here. So just click on the contract, and just click on algorithms. And here right now you're focusing on execution. So you want to slice it. So click on order slicing, right? So your simple use case is to slice it, and you want to buy 10,000 shares. Let's say trading at 1 rupee. So only putting in 10,000 rupees. So you can put in 10,000 quantity here. Yeah, you could slice it at 2,000, 2 shares. Which is the max freeze limit is what you could put up in the slicing quantity. You just enter 2,000. Yeah, and you could just set your time interval. So you could say 1 second. So just in the enter time interval, you could even go as granular as 1 second. So every 1 second tick in the market, it will hit the order and it will buy 10,000 shares for you. Now, again, I mean, people who trade options, people who trade equities, they understand that in the entire market, slippage or price is, is something which is, which really, really moves fast. And there are people who are actually, there are algos running to actually, take advantages, or in fact, I would say, for those algos to get better prices for themselves. So when you are hitting a market with 500 quantity, 1,000 shares, it's better to even use an algo wherein you can just execute and you will not get price distortion. So I mean, and with 5,000 quantity, 10,000 quantity, these algos are something which really kind of helps. In fact, when you have to, let's say, build 50,000 contracts, just imagine within 15-20 seconds you could execute such trades and such contracts could get created. So from a price I mean, slippage perspective, ability to execute trades immediately, ability to kind of get discipline on trades, all that's kind of possible. I mean, I'm just going to put a wrap on this and just try to give you another use case. Let's say the options trading at 9 rupees. You want to trade, you want to buy these options from 6 to 7 rupees. That, let's say that's a condition you want to put. So Kashish, I mean, let's say put the price band condition here. And I would encourage people to put on the chat so that if there are questions, we can take up all the questions here. as we kind of move. Yeah. So just slice again at 2,000 shares. Yeah. Right. 1 second. And you want to interval and you want to put a price band, which is you want to say that I want to buy max at 7 rupees and 6 rupees to 7 rupees what I want to buy. So you could put in the price here of the options, and it's going to trigger only at 6 rupees or 7 rupees. So kind of gives you the price comfort if you're looking to create that kind of an ecosystem. Yeah, I mean 6 rupees. So as I said, typically what traders would do manually, what takes time to execute, what leads to price slippage, all that kind of gets saved here when you're using these execution algorithms. I'll just take one more use case, which is on buying a stock. So Kashish, I mean, let's just look at the watch list, and I mean people who are doing large transactions in a single stock. Just imagine how simple. Let's say let's buy SBI, right? Let's say you want to buy SBI, and somebody wants to put in an order of 1,000 shares in SBI, right? And you could, yeah, or you could look at any ITC, yeah. I mean, yeah, right. And you could just use this. Let's say stick with slicing. Just stick with slicing. Order slicing first. I'll go 5,000 shares. You could say 200 shares, 250 shares. At every 15 seconds interval or every minute interval, and system will not hit at 5,000 quantity immediately. And and also one of the reasons all of us understand that markets, you don't know how the price will be in the next 15 minutes, 30 minutes. So what you can do is you can spread out your transactions over the next 30 minutes. You don't have to exit everything at one shot. You don't have to buy everything at one shot. The price may fall even after when we bought. So you could spread out your investments for the next 30 minutes, for the day. So all that that traders kind of look forward, do manually, or investors do manually, is all possible now on the algorithms on ICICIdirect. So it's something I would say has been launched, very, very well received. I mean, one of the feedback that we've received a lot is that when are you getting this on the website? I mean, that's one of the real questions which has been people have been asking, all of you have been asking. So as I said, it will be available on the website by next week. We should be available on the website. I'll just kind of give you a glimpse of how it looks on the website. But this would be available very soon on the website as well. And yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, so there are certain questions. I mean, I think on the app itself, one is on the brokerage. So I want to tell you that the orders are getting sliced. So if the orders are getting sliced, it's separate orders. So, which is getting set in systems. So every order will get the order rate that gets charged. So let's say if you're a Neo, which is 20 rupees per order, for the 5 slices that gets charged, there will be 5 orders brokerage will be charged. In the cash segment, actually, it doesn't matter a lot, because if you're buying, let's say, shares worth 5 lakh rupees, and if you slice that at, let's say, 50,000 each, you'll eventually get the charge the same brokerage, X of minimum brokerage here, because I mean, it's per percentage brokerage, depends on the prime plan that you have. So in the cash segment, it kind of will not matter. I mean, obviously, the trade should not be very low of 2,000-3,000 rupees, because therein the minimum brokerage comes into effect. But otherwise, the brokerage is in the cash segment or at a turnover level, order value level. In options, if you are in, let's say, Neo plan or therein it's 20 rupees per order. If you're in Prime, then it's per lot. So there also it will kind of matter. So, that's how the charges or the pricing is. There's absolutely no other live price or backtesting price, or there's no other charge here. I've seen one question is that how do you do it for option selling? We can do that for option selling as well. it is as simple as, doing it for option buy. And option buyers, sellers who generally want to accumulate larger quantities, because, if the price is, let's say, typically out of the money. So, you want to accumulate 1,000 shares. So you could use this algo as easy as, it seems here, and use it for option selling. One more thing which I can tell you, we've seen people doing that is on FinNifty as well. Because on Tuesdays, FinNifty, a lot of out of the money options get expired worthless. So what traders are doing is, they're looking at FinNifty contracts, and in a matter of 30 seconds, in a matter of 15 seconds, you can accumulate 10,000, 20,000 contracts, which otherwise will take at least 1 to 3 minutes to do it manually on any broking platform. So that's something which the algos help in. Yeah, I am just reading the questions. Till the time, Kashish, I'll wait for you to put up the website, but I just read the questions still. So one is that in options, your system have lot of freeze quantity. Basically, that's what I understood. So yes, there is a freeze quantity which is there by exchange, right? There is a max freeze quantity. So Nifty has around 2,800 and Bank Nifty is 2,000 contracts. So if you're trying to close a position, let's say of 4,000 contracts, it will not go. With algorithms here, you could slice it, the 4,000 shares, let's say 1,000 each itself, and within 4 seconds the execution will happen. You can slice it at 2, and then in 2 seconds the execution will happen. So the freeze quantity issue will completely get taken care, because you're able to slice the orders and send it to the market. Again, the bigger ability this execution is, the algorithms do is save on impact cost. Because just imagine 5,000 shares hitting the market immediately, it will lead to price. People sniff the orders and it disrupts price. So that's what I would say here. So I'm just kind of reading the questions. Yeah. So this is what you will get to see on the website. It's right now not there. You will see that very soon. By next week is what you should see here. You will see execution algos on the future and option section. You could, let's say, you will see all these algos that we spoke about: averaging, price band, EVAP. Basically, these algos are, in institutional terminology called EVAP. Otherwise, simple time weighted average price. It's time slicing. It's time slicing within the price band. It's as simple as these terms are. But the more sophisticated terms used. So averaging, you could just say, let's say, click on averaging, whichever algo is working, yeah. And you could just put the underlying. You could put the conditions here. We saw in the app, it is the same condition. Let's say Nifty 17,000, Nifty 18,000 call. Let's say you will 18,000. Yeah, 18,000 call. So yeah, put will be very expensive. So 18,000 call. Yeah. So you could put up a buy. You could put up a normal order is this execution is happening not for intraday. You could hold the position for overnight as you wish, like, right? And you could sell as well. So somebody who wants to short options can just click on sell options, right? And that's it. So I'm saying it's as simple as what you do in the normal order entry, and all that's available. And clone. We have an ability wherein next time when you create an order, you don't have to fill this up. You could simply go to the algo section, clone the order, and next time it just pre-fills the entire order book. So very, very simple way of execution. So let's say 10,000 contracts. You could enter. You could put 10,000, type it manually. Yeah. And you want to slice it at 1,000 or 500 shares. You want to slice it at 500 shares, and you want to slice at, let's say, 1 rupee. Every time it moves up by 1 rupee, keep on selling for me. Because as a seller, you want to sell it when it moves up, right? And you can choose the condition up, and that's it. So that's all that you've done, and your algo will get set to kind of get traded. So it's very, very simple to write this. There's no coding. There is no Python language that we created here. It's very simple, order instructions which you would have to give. So that's what I would say is on the algos. I'll just take some questions here. So one of the questions which Gaurav has asked is that is this applicable for MTF? So Gaurav, at this stage, it's available. I mean, so Kashish, if we just go to the mobile app once, we could show the app version. So, it's right now, Gaurav, is available for intraday, and it's available for cash segment in equities and futures and options in the F&O segment. However, what traders do is, and we definitely have plans to bring this in MTF, but what traders do is they use this to accumulate in intraday, and then they, go and change the mode from, open position from intraday to client mode. So, what you can do is you can save the execution or get the better execution prices using this algo, using the intraday product here, and then change the mode on the website. So you see here intraday, just click on intraday. Any algo is fine. Yeah, just click on intraday and you can use that and then change mode on the website subsequently. So that's what I will take here. Do you have a demo to show? I mean, we're kind of showing the demo to, we show the demo on the web. You see this on the app here at this point of time. So let me just kind of, take the questions. Buy trigger at levels will be supported in the options, futures, and cash. Absolutely. So, so Kashish, if we could just go to the time PVAP algo with a price band, you could set your price conditions, right? You could say price range between 325 to 323. You could decide at what price you want to enter the position. You don't have to enter at 327. You could decide at what price do you want to enter, and the algos will only get triggered when within this price range. It will not get triggered, beyond this price range. What happens is, also just want to kind of clarify that this is a trigger, right? I mean, so let's say 325 comes in, it triggers. Now, it could be possible, that there was only one quantity at 325, and then the next trade happened at 325 10 paise. So it'll get executed at 325.10, but the trigger condition is 325 only, So that's how we kind of built it here. So that's, what I say. I see one question from Ranga. Can we use the system for positional? Absolutely. So, so what do you mean by positional? If I understand the question is, that you want to take an options today, or you want to sell an option, write an options, you want to take a futures contract, you want to buy a stock, and you want to hold it for tomorrow, 50 days, whatever. So that's possible. So you're buying it. It's about executing, right? You're getting into the trade, either a long or a short. You can do that, and the ability to close the position whenever you want to do it, that's completely depends on the product that you've selected. So if you're doing a delivery product, it's if you're done futures and options, it's again, you can hold the contract till expiry. So that's what if I understood the question, that's what I would, answer that as. Will there be more algos coming? So definitely I can tell you, is something, this is, you see the start of this platform. I would, and I can tell you the kind of development pipelines which are there. This would be amongst a very, very robust platform in India, which kind of gives you the complete range of, algorithms. And just to tell you, these are 3 execution algos. We're working on scalping algo. We're working on pair options, wherein, you could combine options, 2 prices together. And typically for option sellers, this is very important. Let's say you want to do a short straddle, sell 18,000 call, sell 17,200 put at a particular price. Let's say, combined price of, let's say, trading at 10 plus 12, 22, you want to sell 25. Ability to sell at 25 is something, which we're going to work on. So on the execution case side, there are much more algos that we're working with. There are one-touch algos. So right now we're talking about simple execution algos. We're going to get ability to, do alpha algos, wherein you could set your conditions, which is, market breaking day low, market breaking day high with a particular volume. You could combine as many conditions. And this, however, will be one touch. So, you have to, it'll send you a trigger and you can execute it. And just tell you also the capability for you to write Python codes as well. So it's a full-fledged algo platform, which is going to get, you will slowly start seeing more releases here. As I think the question is 3, but you will see much more. Can basket orders be placed with a single order for 2 different strike at different prices? Yeah. So, Kashish, if you can log into the website, It's available. Basket orders is available on the website. You could place combine positions. Let's say, create an I think counter strategy. You want to create. Yeah, I mean, so you see basket orders here. Let's say, I mean, just stick with basket orders. Let's say just click on NAV1. I mean, since you already have a basket, we could kind of add some stocks and contracts. Just add, click add. Let's say, I mean, I'm just a simple option strategy, Nifty 18,000 call. Yeah, you can just put up a Nifty 18,000 call here. And just sell this. Yeah, click on sell and just save to basket. Yeah, yes, it's okay. I mean, we can modify the quantity. And you want to add another basket pair leg to the basket, just add to the basket. Yeah, just add. Right. And now 17,200 put options, 17,200 put. I'm just trying to give you an example of all these trades. Yeah, right. And just sell. Again, this is also a sell trade. Yeah. And just save to basket. So see, what you see here is a basket order. You can view the margins. The margins were 1,63,000. Now it's come down to 1,02,000. I mean, 1,66, 1,02. So the margins have got optimized. You could click on the payoff as analyzer as well, and you could place orders. So I'm saying completely ability to kind of customize. And people, what they do is when they're writing options, what they do is they buy options out of the money options. And actually, if you ask me, it's very, very important for two reasons. One is it builds a hedge. Because you're in the market, we all see the overnight volatility or the trend can really be crushing. It can really crush anything, any strategy that we have if the hedge is not there. So adding a long options with a short really creates that hedge. In the trade that we have, the risks are really very, very, very well controlled and managed. So I mean, let's say we sold an 18,000 call, right? We're getting 33 rupees. If you can just buy 18,100 or 18,150 call options, here, and I'll just show you as well. Just look at the margins here. Just click and add an 18,100 call. Yeah, Nifty 18,100. Yeah, and you can just enter this. This is for Nifty. No, you haven't taken for Nifty. Just enter Nifty. Yeah, Nifty Y. Yeah, Nifty 18,100 call. Yeah, you just add this call option here and go buy. Just buy this. Right, the hedge, and the cost of the hedge is 13 rupees. And and now what you can do is just delete the put options here. Just click on the deletion on the put options. Yeah, you could delete it from here. No, okay, if you're using a live count, you can show it, but it's okay. Yeah, delete it here. Right now, if you look at it, what you have done is look at the margins and look at the importance. There is a hedge you have built in by your maximum loss on this trade can be 100 rupees or 100 points. And we know markets both on the downside and the upside. The markets can be really crushing. And more so for operators, I mean, so what you've done is you've built in a hedge, your maximum loss is 100 rupees, and your margins have come down to only 23,000 rupees from 82,000 rupees. So the kind of margin benefits a long option gives is significant, and you could create multiple quantity. And, this is a net credit position. So there's a 20 rupee inflow on this trade. And, because 23,000 rupees, you could add 4 contracts, and, you could just increase the quantity here. So, so the basket order ability is available on a platform. We're working to get it on the app, fast, and you will see that as well. So I hope that kind of took the question. Yeah. So let me, you have not seen your login at this point of time because, on the web, it's not available. On the app, it's available. The Algo platforms, you can definitely see that on the app. Arun has asked a question. One-click F&O target and stop loss placed by system or manual order to place target and stop loss. So it is manual to place the target and stop loss. So Kashish, you could just go to and you could log into the live account, and in the live account, we could just open up one-click derivatives, one-click F&O. You will. It is when you are entering a trade, you are entering, you executing yourself. And when you have to exit it, you have either you put a profit price or a stop loss price. You could place one of the prices for the entire day. So, let's say you bought at 100 rupees, you want to exit at 105, you could place 105 at that point of time. And, whenever 105 comes in, that gets executed. So one of the prices possible on the system at this point of time. The other price is something which you have to enter yourself, and track it. So we're working on creating an ability where you could put both stop loss and profit together in options. It's kind of a little complex, but that's something which we are working to offer. So let me kind of keep taking the questions. Pankaj has asked a question: placing off-market order is possible? Yeah, I mean, see, the algorithms will work on live markets, so you will have to place it during live markets. But you could, Kashish, I mean, you could set a condition of from 9 a.m., 9:15 to 1 o'clock, right? I mean, that pre-ordering is possible. We could try that if, we can just check that. Can you show the future web page once more? Okay, future web page. Okay, thanks. Kashish, I mean, is it possible to show the future web page once again?
Yes, just a second. I'm sharing from live account.
Oh, no. Yeah. So now you have to show the UAT version, because that last live, otherwise they not see the algorithms there.
Just a second.
Yeah, and let me kind of keep on taking the questions. So one of the questions which has been asked is, can you, Anupam has asked is, can multiple algos run simultaneously? Absolutely. I mean, the capabilities are, I would say to the power of n, because you could run multiple algos, multiple contracts, 17,800, 18,000. You could do cash equity, you could do intraday. I mean, all that definitely the system. You could condition as much as, and the systems will kind of keep on executing at the prices. With time slicing, can you use limit price? So we've kind of shown that to you, that you could put your price band, which is, let's say 327 was the stock price. Yeah, I mean, I kind of we just, sorry, I'll take this question, but let me just show the web demo. So somebody has asked, can you show this is not live as yet. We are working very, very in expects manner. It should be live by next week. You will see execution algos, and once you click on algos, you will see the three algos that we spoke about: time slicing with price band, and averaging. These are three algos. You will see that very soon on our platform. And Kashish, if it's possible for you to just now load the app once. But I'll take the question, which is that, can you put a limit price? I said yes. You could put a price band actually, which is ITC. You're seeing it 327. You want to buy it between 323 to 325. You could put that price, and only at that price, the execution will get triggered in the market, not beyond that price. Again, I'm using the word triggered because what will happen is 325 if it hits. So we see in your ITC, you could, let's say, put 325 to 323. We'll just give an example. Yeah, so it gets triggered at 325. Now, suppose it goes up, and the next tick is 325 5 paise. Will get executed. That some quantity will get executed at 325 5 paise. So that's how it will happen. That was it. Yeah. So in basket order, can we define the order of execution? For instance, have to buy the first before selling. So at this point of time, no. It's a very, 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 very important and a very something which we really want to do. But at this point of time, no. I mean, actually what happens is that when you execute a buy trade, the margins on the sell transactions are much lower. What happens also is that if both the quantities execute, system will release the margins, but it will initially block for high margins if you're doing sell first. So at this point of time, no. We're working to get that. We'll see how we can do that. will SL and TSL will be the part of the algos? So yes, so some of the algos that we're working towards, scalping algos and all, we will bring stop loss and target prices together. Trailing as well. Trailing, yeah, I mean, let me come back on trailing, but target stop loss is something which both will be there. Whether one-click F&O is available on mobile app at this point of time, no. We will, we are on to get it on the app. That's what I would say here. Yeah, trailing, as I said, see, one thing which is possible, I must tell you, is that, one thing which is possible is that you could trail manually, right? I mean, in normal options also, you could trail manually. So what happens typically is, let's say, and I don't know, Kashish, you may not have an open position, right? I don't know whether you have an open position in the account. I could show you that you could trail an order manually. So what you do is, when you're going to modify an order, let's say you have an open position at 100 rupees, it is trading at 110, right? So you're making 10 rupee profit on that. Now you want to put a trailing stop loss at 108, so that that 8 rupee profit is locked in your account. You can do that today in our system, wherein you could put up a trailing stop loss of 108, and it'll kind of, if it goes up, you can modify that 108. Let's say it goes to 115, you could modify that to 130. So that's something which is possible on the account at this point of time, but it's manual. It's not something which you could do that at an automated way. That's what I would say. Can you provide bracket order provision? We are on it. We have introduced bracket order in futures. In intraday futures, it is possible. In intraday cash equity, it is possible. Wherein you could. I mean, Kashish, it's possible to show up the website. I don't know whether you can hear me. Yeah, thanks. So yeah. So if you just go to Future Plus with stop loss here, in futures is possible. It's options not possible. In equity is possible. So I'll show you where it's possible. So just click. You have a position. Yeah, sorry. So I just want to see. Great, you have a position. So just click on square off first. I'm showing you a ability to place a trailing. Sorry. This is a UT account. See whether you get it. Otherwise, it's fine. Yeah, great. No, just stay with future options. No, yeah, just stay with future options. And look at an options contract, Bank Nifty, 34,000, 35,000, what you see here. Click on square off. No, not at market. Yeah, click on square off here. So this is a test account, so the environmental issues will be there. It's okay. So I was talking about futures. Just go to place order. Yeah, and you will see here Future Plus with stop loss. So just click on Future Plus with stop loss. No, Future Plus with stop loss. Yeah, right. So here you could place a stop loss price, which is the SLTP stop loss trigger price here, and you could place your market price as well. So target price. So it's possible in futures. And just go to equities once. Go to stock section. Yeah, go to stocks, and again, you can go to place order here. Yeah. And you could go to bracket, which is click on bracket here. Yeah, and you could place both stop loss and profit price as well. So in intraday equity and in futures is possible. In options, the 3-leg orders are not possible because at this point of time, because of the kind of volatility which happens in the prices. But in cash equity and futures is possible. Let me take some more questions. Yeah. So I mean, this is what I see here as most of the questions. I take this feedback on trailing stop loss, which is on an automated way. I think that's one feedback which I see. But this is what we have to kind of talk about on execution algorithms which have been introduced on the platform. Please do try that and download the app at this point of time, the ICICIdirect Markets app. There are a host of new features which are getting on the platform, and which we will kind of do regular webinars with you. So I would like to kind of thank you and end the session at this point of time. Thanks a lot.